What it is, it's Debtfreedeem. It's been a wild week. I'm here to give you the recap. Philadelphia's on fire right now. Whole bunch of looting, whole bunch of arrests. And it's not the young kids, man. Can't blame them. Next up, we got DJ Envy getting exposed by Rick Ross and another YouTuber dropping another video. Oh my God, the scammers, them there. And lastly, if somebody gives you advice, are you here to listen? Or you just want to push them off and keep living the way that you're living? You already know. It's Shot of Discourse.
What the hell you talking about? Since I'm the only thing to talk about, been here from the start. Nah, I don't want your awards, keep your applause.
What is this?
Come on, man. Come on. You
Maybach
see me in the
music.
studio,
I
dog.
like this Maybach music.
I'm Zolo, dog. Holding it down. Yeah. YouTube. Trademark.
Niggas wanna see you lose when you're making moves. We bringing tools in any rooms, we try to break the rules. Niggas is haters, they ain't goons, we try to make a fool. I never thought I'd make fours before I made the news. Having a threesome with some bitches and still ain't amused. I pick and choose, put on my juices like I lit the fuse. I call the shots and all the killers be like, what's the move? 100 grand, you and your little man getting split in two. My life got way realer, playing with the millions and it turned me to a made nigga. Anyway.
We back. We back. And as you can see, if you're on YouTube, I'm by myself. I'm in the studio. My co-host is not here. We do have Brother Free producing in the background. Thank you for showing up, brother. I really do appreciate it.
Man, the pleasure's all mine.
It's dark skin season, man. You feel it?
It's every season.
Do you feel it, though?
Oh, yeah.
I feel the tides are changing. October is usually Drake time. It's usually Drake time. But Ross and Meek, man, they got me feeling away. They got me and I'm not gonna let the community, I'm not gonna let y'all, you want me to talk? I'm not gonna let the community ruin this opportunity. This music is going hard, man. What you think about the drop?
Oh no, it's crazy. I love it. It's a good situation right there.
I'm feeling crazy, man. I feel
The
like
vibrations are high.
I feel like I need a ski mask.
You need a ski.
I need a ski.
You need a boo shiesty?
I need a ski. Yo, first of all, the shot of the week. Shot of the week is. We're gonna talk about the ski mask and why it was necessary for what happened in Philadelphia.
Okay.
But the shot of the week is liquid marijuana, bro. As you guys can see now, I told you I was gonna try to start mixing the shots and getting the shots for the theme. It's liquid marijuana because these people are obviously high. Obviously high octane. They forgot the ski mask. You forgot your ski mask before you went out there to rob the Apple store, to rob Lululemon. What are you guys doing? And to be, I don't condone thievery. I don't do that.
Not at all.
I mean, you ever shoplift before?
I mean,
Yeah, you don't got it. I won't put you out there. Yeah. I shoplifted before. Yeah. I remember there was it was in New York too. It was bad, bro. Like first of all, cheers to those who's on wherever everybody's at.
salute.
Enjoy some liquid marijuana. Oh, bro, you wanna?
Yeah, I need to.
Here you go. Yeah, so if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, there has been massive attention on Philadelphia for the recent lootings that have taken place. So, unfortunately, Eddie Irizarry, I hope I don't get his name messed up. He was a victim of police brutality, a cop using excessive force. Unfortunately, he was gunned down by a cop a while back, and the cop was on trial, and the judge dropped the charges against the cop, and Philly did not like it. And I'm gonna say, I did look at the footage. I did some research on the shooting, and it's another BS situation. I really feel horrible about it. Unfortunately, the situation happened where Eddie's car was parked. He had nowhere to go. The cops kind of just, you know how it is, a narrow Philly street. Cops pull up to the side of him. They come out the car. They surround the car. It's only two officers. And one of the officers look into the car, sees like a it's a switchblade, but the switchblade has a handle that looks like a gun, and the cop screams gun, fire shots into Eddie's vehicle, and Eddie's no longer with us. So rest in peace. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to hear that. Unfortunate news happened, but you know how the justice system is right now. They're saying that, you know, they use the force they thought to protect their own lives. They follow the protocol, and now this cop is out. Yeah. So the news got out. People were upset, but you know, in good fashion, the people that were protesting did not take it to another level. They weren't on an extreme where, you know, we want to tear the city up or anything like that. So kudos, shout outs to them. But there were some other imbeciles. I say Neanderthals that took it to a whole nother level. And they took it upon themselves to go outside and loot all over Philadelphia. In particular, there's one story of a girl. I don't know if you guys saw it. I don't even want to get this girl any clicks, but Meatball. You remember seeing that?
Yeah, I did see that as a headline. I didn't really look into it, but yeah.
First of all, how does social media call you Meatball? Like, what is happening? We good? Like, your persona is Meatball? So folks, I'm just gonna Google this so you guys can just hear the chaos with this woman, bro. Like, so she's screaming outside, "Oh, they're gonna have to arrest me. They're gonna have to arrest me. If the cops don't arrest me, it's about to get lit." And they arrested her. They got you. Oh, let's see if we can find it. And first of all, for those who listen, you already hear. Do we have to say what Meatball looks like? Could we hear? Can you listen in and hear what Meatball looks like? Look, Marcus. Free iPhones.
Wow, this is crazy. Oh my God.
Okay, this gets crazy. So now they're pouring orange juice on an iPad that they just stole. Yep. This is crazy. So
This is crazy.
Yeah, Meatball.
She agrees.
Deja Blackwell, aka Meatball.
Oh Lord.
Goodness gracious. Popular social media influencer. And guess what? We made her more popular.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to find out what her social media account was before the looting. Yeah. And now that she has all this press.
Most definitely.
I did reach out. I need to get I need to get our lawyer correspondent Curlin on the show. We did talk about this briefly, and he said if he's a man of integrity. So he said if Meatball called him on the phone, he wouldn't take the case.
You wouldn't?
He would not take the case. Because I'm going to paraphrase what he's saying, but in the law game, your persona of who you are is based on the cases that you take.
Okay.
So if you cheapen your brand by taking on these type of personalities and getting them freed, like what else is there for you to go after? You don't want to be the lawyer that freed Meatball. You see what I'm saying? Like this doesn't make sense anymore.
Okay. I mean, I'm not a lawyer. I also feel as though I think it's more so of a gamble how I look at it. But once again, I'm not a lawyer. But you know, what about like OJ, right? Like,
so OJ is a higher profile. You know, OJ is a football player. It's national coverage. You're gonna get work. Like Johnny Cochran is a household name 100%. After that. You know.
Yeah.
So that's why that makes sense over Meatball. Like Meatball ain't got no bread. It's not really a national case. Like we're gonna all probably forget about this in like 3 months when her case actually comes up. Like, and then the charges aren't where it needs to be. And then it's about integrity. This is a coonery. Yeah. Let's call it what it is, bro. Let's call it what it is. Yeah. No. We going there. Let me take another shot. Let me take another shot of liquid heroin.
We there.
Because a lot of people forget, yo, there are idiots in this world.
100%.
Let's call it what it is. There are idiots in this world. I'll go back to the story I was about to tell about me when I was a young lad, and I wanted to the Dreamcast.
Oh, 100%.
So you had the control. We had the controllers. We had the CDs. We had everything.
Yeah.
But then I wanted a memory card.
Oh, the memory card that you could like grow the chaos and yeah.
And I wanted to save the game. That's all I wanted. But can you imagine telling your Jamaican 6-foot mother, Mom, I thank you for all of this that you've worked so. Thank you for all of this that you worked so hard for. Thank you, I appreciate it. But now I need this $25
Not enough
memory card. I'm scared.
You didn't give me enough.
Guess what? I'd rather go out there and steal this memory card than ask my mama.
Not mow some lawns, not shoveling snow.
Nah.
Like, we just going
No.
We gonna hit a lick.
I need this quick money.
We gonna hit a lick.
I need this quick money.
My.
Dog, I go right into a Toys R Us and like an idiot. I take the I got the case.
Yeah.
I go into this like they got like this basket of old toys, like something for sale, like in the middle of the Toys R Us mall. And I'm like, oh, I'm a genius. I'm James Bond. Let me put the memory card case in there, break it open. Mind you know how these big plastic cases take like mad long to open.
Yeah, you can't.
So I'm in this pit for like 20 minutes.
That's work.
This black lady tapped me on my shoulder. Hey man,
She gave you the relatable, like yo.
You got me. You got me. You got me. Escorted me right out of that Toys R Us. Yep.
You got escorted?
Oh yeah. She was nice.
She didn't trust you enough to just walk out?
Oh no, I think she was nice, but she wanted to make it, nigga. She wanted to teach a lesson. She was not gonna ruin. Oh no. Oh baby, I love you, but I don't love you. You feel me? So it was like that, man. And I say that to say that was a young, innocent, impressionable mind. Yeah. After that, I never did anything like that again. You crazy?
Very fair. The embarrassment is enough.
Oh, it's crazy. First of all, you just happy. I'm praising God that nobody told my mom at this point. Praises the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I say that to now go into today. It's like you're a grown man or a grown woman. Your name is Meatball on Instagram or whatever persona you want to portray. Mm-hmm. And now your kids get to see, like, no, my kids do not, like, okay, Alex might see this pod when she's older and then it's like, oh, Dad, you did that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But she doesn't have to go on YouTube and watch a news clip with my mugshot. That's a whole different thing, right?
Yeah, it's a different vibe.
Am I tripping? It's a whole different look. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, some of these guys, like, you're stealing what? A couple sneakers? Yeah. Petty stuff. Yeah. Now, even the day after. So this is not a one-day thing, too, guys. Like, but a couple days. They've been hitting stores, and now the recent thing is hitting the beauty salons. So they're out there stealing wigs and beauty supplies now, just in the midst of all of this crap happening.
The chaos, yeah.
And these ain't kids. These ain't 13-year-old. These ain't 7-year-old. 8. No, these are grown adults. So it's tough, man. It's tough when I like just think about like how the idiocracy. Like, this is dumb, and I don't want anybody to go and speak out for these people. I don't want anybody to be like, well, you know, it's due to the economy of the black community where we can't, blah, blah, blah.
I was going to ask you about the recession.
Please, let's do it.
I was going to ask you about the silent recession that technically that we're in. You know what I mean? Is that justifiable for people to be more tempted to go into these type of behaviors? I seen a meme.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what I mean? Or one of those like multiple like gifs and slides on Instagram where it was just like, yo, like real talk, are we experiencing people living above their means or the means living above them?
And that's where I'm at.
And the ending slide was like, yo, like I'm just finna about to steal something because things are just so high. Not to derail the angle that we're coming from, but like
this is why I love having you on the show, Doug. And it's dark skin season.
Yeah. Dark skin season.
What is too expensive? Let's really have a serious conversation on what is too expensive. So I'll start us off.
Mm-hmm.
Gas. Gas might be too expensive, right? Now you can't get to work.
Yeah.
And you may not have the job already. Like, you may be at a crazy, stupid, low-paying job, and gas is now up, and now it's kind of you in a negative going to work.
Yeah.
I understand that, brother. I understand that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying get a good job. I'm just talking about that type of situation.
Okay.
But we have to talk about idiocracy. Coonery. Hillbilly behavior.
Yeah.
Everybody can get it. It's not a color thing. Everybody can get it.
Hillbilly behavior is
Coonery.
Okay, that's
It's all synonymous.
I can't wait to start using that in general conversation. Yo, this is hillbilly behavior.
Yeah. You interchangeably. Because I want everybody to understand we have a stupid culture in every culture.
Fair. Very fair.
There's a country bumpkin in everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We just have different titles.
Different. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Coons. Coonery.
I can appreciate
And then guess what? Everybody could be like, oh, Kadeem's being a little bit racist against his own people. What do you want to call him? I'll call him whatever politically correct thing you want me to call him. But we gotta call him something. Don't call him black. I'm black. Don't mix me with them. And I'm not gonna use the N-word. Because I don't appreciate that. I'm not doing that. Yeah. But we need to give the subset a name. The whites have hillbillies.
Very clear. Yeah. I
don't know what the Chinese got, but it seemed like everybody's smart over there. So I don't.
They weeded that out by process of
I don't know. I don't know what. I ain't never seen one of them down bad. I ain't never seen them. And then we know sometimes the Indian people are a little bit racist against their own culture. Like the darker you get, so they treat them people bad. You know.
Yeah.
And then like I said, for us, it's like we too comfortable with our degenerates. Like when we start talking about like what's right and wrong, I don't even think like people have any shame or understanding.
It's a point of pride. It's definitely a point of pride.
Yo, it's like it's cool to be a stripper. It's cool to be a drug dealer.
Well,
it's cool to be a pimp.
Well, and there was another experience I had where there was an emphasis on the fact that like we pride ourselves in like struggle, and sometimes stuff is kind of like set up for that as well.
Yeah.
So like one of the things that I didn't even think about was like during college, like with financial aid, like if you give a struggle story,
you get more money.
You get more money.
You get a little bit more money. Boy, I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where like a portion of this, the struggle, the coonery, like you're not black enough if you didn't experience these certain experiences.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? If you don't got the drunk uncle, or if you don't got, all these different kind of
if you don't have like a dad.
Yeah, if you don't have
a dad. That was the crazy. That was bad in college, bro. I used to clown people with two parents. I don't even know how I could do this, but I'd be like,
yo, that's wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you hear what you just said?
Yeah, I used to clown people who had two parents.
What?
How? Ask me how.
Don't stop the story, but on the other side of the
story, go ahead.
I didn't acknowledge my parents separating, so I was just like, yeah, like I'm good, bro. Like I got both parents. I'm cool with them both, and they're like, nah, bro. Like you're part of a broken home too. And I'm like, nah, bro.
At least you had a home to be broken. See, you see how people. I want to. we family here, so
Let's talk.
This is what I'm saying. Like the people who had two parents and they're still together. That's awesome. Like pristine, and then at least you had something to like. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
I ain't like. Nah.
Part of the roof of the house is missing here.
How you born with no roof? This guy had a roof. Like I know dudes that don't even talk like Father's Day. So we treat that like Jehovah's Witness. We act like a Jehovah's Witness on Christmas. We don't believe in that. But yeah, I used to just whenever I saw black people with two parents, I'm like, damn, you had a 2-parent income? You had a 2-house income? Man. Your mom and your dad worked?
Forgive us.
Man, that's balling. I'm not rich. I'm just like you. Whoa.
College was quick to stop people from being like, whoa.
Whoa.
Are you actually a part of this? Like, hold on.
Sorry, my EFC was 0. And if you know EFC on financial aid, estimated family contribution, donut. They're like, how you do that? It's called broke privilege.
Right.
You got free lunch?
Free lunch?
Yeah. You got how you get free lunch? You got 2 parents.
Now,
you lying on you stealing lunch from me, bro?
No, none of that. My parents believed in Christian education from the jump.
Yeah. So
that was a part of the
private school.
That was part of the program.
Okay, I was about to say.
Let's not emphasize private school, but yeah, it wasn't public.
Private school.
It wasn't public. It wasn't public. That's
you see,
all.
you see.
We on the same side of the coin, bro.
No, but what's crazy is like that's how I would clown people. Like I would dig deeper into like their history, and they'd be like, "Yeah, I went to private school." You know what I'm saying? I've never witnessed domestic violence. The cops never been at my house.
Yeah,
so I'm just showing you.
Fair point.
I'm just showing you like how like the conversation that we had is like I was trying to make it cool for the trauma that I had in my and folks, please don't feel bad for me. My mom was a very good mom. We had no domestic violence or nothing like that. So don't be trying to send clips to my mom like, oh, you were bad. Nah, we had a great time, but stuff was weird. Like you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I had to go pay the light bill.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, what?
You see, you ask questions like that. Yo, you ever paid the light bill?
It's the liquid marijuana, bro. Wait, at what age?
Oh, telling you, bro. Telling you.
I had to pay rent. I had to pay rent in college, but
that's like, cute.
Damn.
Yeah, man. All right, so
my struggle ain't struggle enough, man.
No, I don't want it to be. We're not gonna have a struggle contest.
You're right.
But because there's no contest, you know what I'm saying? there's no. You can't win.
The black experience is not a monolith.
It's not all inclusive. Yeah, like there's 2 black worlds. There's like I knew there was a Huxtable black, and then I knew there was a Shotta's black. And when I say Shotta's black, I mean like you're watching the Cosbys and you're like, oh, there's something like when you look at, and I feel like we need these shows back. But when you see like, the Winslows, you see the Huxtables, you see Fresh Prince, you're like, oh, this is another way. And then But you know, when you go outside in your own community, and you see the guys selling drugs, and you like
day to day,
and you running, you running from a gang, and they try and beat you up. They think it's fun. It's like, nah, like I'm trying to run for my life and read these books. You like what? And you start talking to people, and it's like, oh, I never grew up like that. I was like, then why are you acting like a gangster?
I got you.
That's the part where like
I got you. Yeah.
You see these people in school and. Probably on these Instagram videos, and this goes back to when you said, are we living above our means, or is the means too high?
Living above us.
Yeah, the means living above us. I just feel like, like we can make changes, and we don't need what they're trying to push on us. Let me try to dive in deeper with that, right? So you don't need Jordans.
No.
You need shoes.
Yep.
But because the culture is saying that Jordans are cool right now,
Right.
you got to get the Jordans. So now how am I going to get the Jordans? I'm going to steal. I'm going to sell drugs or pimp this girl out, or I got to do something. I need these Jordans.
Yeah.
So is that and Jordan's damn near, you talk about inflation? This is how coonerish behavior. Ready? Cool
behavior, brother.
Look, Jordan's was $100 probably in like 96. Probably 96.
Sounds accurate.
And that's when he was releasing the ones to the, guys, you're gonna kill me, but like probably ones to the 8s. How old was I?
I'm not a sneaker.
I think it was it was the one where he had the black with the silver on the bottom. I put the JPEG on there so everybody can see it. But I got those sneakers. And you know how I got those sneakers?
Wow.
You know how I got those sneakers?
By working hard, mowing lawns, helping grandma, shoveling snow.
My dad's so dope. And I got introduced to my dad. I learned who my dad was.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, Speedy. We out here. Speedy, we getting this money. My dad was like, where you at? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So then you sit here, you getting nice things, and then I'm getting real personal on it. This is why, sometimes we need to send people love. And if we just get personal, we get to chop it up with the audience. But yeah, my pops disappeared.
Okay.
So without saying too much, he went to college.
Wait, seriously, or are you trying?
No, I'm serious. Not college.
Oh.
He went to UPenn.
No.
He went to UPenn.
A government-sponsored vacation.
There you go. And he finished his curriculum in Jamaica. UTEC. Speedy, you speeding. We on fire right now.
Oh.
So,
all right.
So now, he didn't have, if you think about it, none of that had to happen.
Okay.
Right? Instead of trying to, get your kids what they need and all that stuff. Like, we had what we needed. Right. I'm not gonna lie. We had what we needed. But then it was just like, to me, in excess. Like, yo, I remember when Pops would just put on these crazy, tight Versace green, lime green shirts.
Okay.
Like, yeah, son, $500, son. I'm like, I guess that's what we're doing. But we are renting this apartment. There's so many things that can be established. And even some of the other Jamaicans that I knew that were street pharmacists, the same thing.
I love your descriptions.
Yeah,
descriptions
I'm not trying to get caught up.
Of course. And
I'm like, yo, we could do so much more with what we have and establish businesses. Even when you start talking, like when we, this is why, guys, even when I'm doing the pod, I'm just trying to like get some of my creativity out there. One of the things I want to do is put this series together where we even talk to old street pharmacists who are Jamaican to tell their story, how they got arrested, how they got deported, hoping that it deters some of the younger generation that's here to not do the same thing. Because really, I feel like the way to win, and we'll get back into the Philly story, is to, things are going to be out your reach. It's fine if it's out your reach for a short period of time, but go to school, get the education. America is not a horrible place to be poor at. You don't want to be poor in Jamaica. You want to be poor in Dominican Republic, Mexico. You know what I'm saying? This is a great place to be poor at. You get food stamps, EBT, you getting taken care of, dog. You know what I'm saying? So Once you do that and you can get these things like an EFC of 0 and you can go to school for damn near free, why wouldn't you do that? That's the part where like I struggle with a little bit. And then you can have a nice stable job and then take care of your people afterwards, which is what I'm trying to do. But it's a slower pace. I'm not gonna lie. It's slow. And it hurts, man. It hurts when you can't like take care of your people the way you want, but that doesn't mean you put yourself in a detriment situation.
Well, I think you hit some stuff on the head.
Put that closer a little bit to you.
I think you hit some stuff on the head without actually like knowing that you hit some stuff on the head.
Okay, go ahead.
So like a part of this is one point that you mentioned was like culture, right? Like if you can't afford it, I still need to have it.
If you can afford it, I still need to have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So when we're talking about name brand, when we're talking about, like my hair being did in a certain way, like these things have become kind of essential to, and I will speak particularly to like the black experience. Like you can't walk in here with Payless shoes.
You can. You gonna get roasted.
Now, who wants to be roasted?
Sometimes you gotta eat that.
Now, other cultures you can get away with not having to have name brand.
Yeah.
But within our culture, you don't. Like it don't have to be Jordans, but it needs to be something of it needs to be Converses, and Converses are cheaper than Jordans, of course.
I mean, you would have still got roasted with Converses. My thing is sorry, I want you to finish your point.
I think in this point is just more so the fact of like there's within a culture, there's already that heavy pressure to maintain at every point of your existence.
Yeah.
And so for those who are able to navigate and be like, yo, like, let me, build my income, let me be able to do this legitimately, you have the other half, or you have this other set of individuals within the culture that's like, yo, like, I ain't bringing that type of income, but here's this window of opportunity that, yo, I could be fresh. I can build my self-esteem, or I can fit into my culture or maintain a certain status that people are believing for me to be able to participate or to build upon. So yeah, now I look clean. Now I have more confidence. Now I can go once again, might not be the best next solution, but now I can go to the club and get this girl. Or now I can, feel a little more confident about, going to do this or whatever. Like these things build upon some people's thinking.
You always made me think, man. You always made me think. And the part that I have to challenge you on is like, why does our appearance have to make us feel confident to do anything?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they shouldn't, but they do.
Yeah, I understand, but it's, why can't we shift our, like, for instance, for me, right? I will rock Members Mark. That's a Sam's Club brand. And I'm like, yeah, that's a Sam's Club brand. I will wear their sweats. I'm not buying Nikes anymore. Okay. I think their Members Mark's sweatpants is like
quality. Yeah,
$20, and it's great. It feels good. It washes nice. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't need that logo now. I don't need the Nike logo. Everybody could make fun of me, but you know what like makes me happy is that like I could provide a nice living situation for my family. Mm. Without the worry of going to jail, without the worry of having ops, beefing, cops are gonna shoot me. I can't drive down this street because the time of night it is, and is my baby mom gonna set me up because she found another balling drug dealer or whatever? Yeah. Yeah. So looking fresh, is that worth and looking fresh, and then doing the negative things to look fresh. And here's the other part of it too. Looking like, because I always think about Biggie when he said, this is for all those, juicy. This is all those who doubted me. The lady that called the cops when I was selling drugs to feed my daughter. Yeah, we get it, bro. We get it, bro. You trying to feed your daughter, but the Coogee sweater cost $500. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to overdo it. You know what I mean? Let's not forget we're selling drugs. We're doing negative things to buy name brand clothes.
Fair.
That's the thing that we all have to really start like diving into. It bothered me so much, man. Like I remember too, this is when my mom will tell you this. I stopped wearing Jordans when I was in I think it was middle school, like seventh grade, because like this teacher showed us like a sweatshop video of them making Jordans. And the fact like the Jordans cost $10, and it bothered me the whole day because I know how much I'm a numbers person.
So it bothered you more about the cost that it took to make it, or it bothered you?
It bothered me that I knew what my family did to go get these shoes, and it's worth $10.
Okay,
it's $10 to make.
Gotcha.
That's what bothered me. And the fact that your dad is gone, you know what I'm saying? You know people that have died behind this stuff, just so you could be fresh.
Yeah.
Just so their kids could be fresh.
Yeah.
That's a whole different crazy trauma, man. It's nuts, bro. Just for a brand name.
Yeah.
That's why I look at Jordan. You know, everybody be like, yo, Kadeem, you right. Like, whenever I get into arguments with my boy Lamar, I hate this guy, Jordan. I hate him. But really what it is like, I hate Nike. I hate Nike. I hate how they use the black man to invade our culture. And when they invaded our culture, you know, we did horrible things to just continue to get these shoes. And it could have been any brand. It could have been Converse. It could have been anything. So
whatever.
I'm not even trying to say like, you know, Nike's as a whole to blame. And plus we did the activity.
Well, we feed into it.
We did the activity. Yeah. But what pissed me off in that thing, I was like, damn, we really buying. Look how messed up this is. We're spending our money to buy this commodity that's enslaving another group of people. So now there's kids in sweatshops who's making the shoes, and Nike cleaned up their act. I don't want them suing me for whatever misinformation or whatever. But
yeah, we don't got time for that.
But you know, they clean up their act, and they're not doing those activities no more. But how many times you hear about harsh working conditions and all this other stuff that be happening? We sold drugs for that. So guess what? If somebody come in here and they got a Payless on, I'm going to be more educated not to clown them. Somebody's going to clown them.
Yeah.
And you just got to eat that, bro. You're a revolutionary. You don't think I got clown? I got clown all the time, bro. When I switched to Adidas, I got clown because I used to wear like, I started wearing like, when Tony Hawk, the video game came out, I started wearing like that stuff. So I started wearing Adidas with hemp material made on them.
Oh, wow.
I was really weird. Like I was really like a different. I wasn't even really fashionable, but I was just trying to just do different stuff.
Yeah.
So I wore hemp material Adidas. Everybody like, what the hell? Like,
yeah.
You know, but my game was like, I started clowning the people with nicer things and just ripping them.
You started hitting them.
My sword got sharp, boy. Oh, you like Chinese sweat labor clothes.
Good Lord.
Let's go. That's how I got them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah, but now it's sad what's going on with Philly, man. I just hope that people can see like it's just not worth it. I don't want to say it's not worth it to do crime. Like there are people in situations that this is what it is. You got to do it to eat. But I think the moral of the story is like, find a way to do this temporarily so you could have a bank and then switch to something more legitimate. Like go to school, buy a truck, do something that's going to generate money. Don't feel like the drug money, the stealing, the boosting, all this stuff is going to last forever, because it's really not. So that if I could just tell that story, that's what I would try. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no goddamn sense to do that, man.
Well, and I think also the other side of the coin is like it's just this. It's unfortunately that this is looked at as an opportunity, and that's why these things are happening.
Exactly.
So it's like, all right, while there is a serious issue on the table, we are now having the opportunity where, like, hey, like, we can almost justify the fact that, like, we are breaking and entering, we are looting, we are stealing, and so you use the guise of a serious issue for you to just be an opportunity. Like, I don't believe everybody that's running in these stores even need that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the people that are like, yo, like, I don't got the bread to buy it on my own. It's just people that, like, have found opportunities or found it as an opportunity for them to be able to get in there and be like, oh, like, you know, so, for lack of a word, you know what I mean? No, you good. So I think that's also kind of like, it's a little scary as well, because it's just like, is that all it takes? Like, for people to just go ahead and just start violating laws and different stuff like that off the strength of the fact of like, yo, like, it's just an opportunity. Oh, I was walking down the street and I just see everybody wilding out and I'm just going to join in. That's a wild concept.
I'm just here.
We just going to throw morals out the door just, just while you walking down the street. Like.
Smell like thievery. We robbing today?
It's robbing season? Well, you know what?
Damn, I missed it. There's a sale on free stuff. God. Yo, the other thing too, the last point I'll make about this, man, it's like, these are grown adults. These ain't kids, man. Like I said, that when you look at the arrest records, it's like the ages that are from 30 to 50.
It's wild.
It's crazy.
And they caught them fairly quickly. Like, I think they were summing it up to like almost like 100 people.
Yeah.
And they were like, yo, like, we got like 52. Like like maybe like a 30 to like 40 hours ago, they were like, yo, like, we had like 52, 62 people already. And I'm like, yo,
because they catch them online. That's a whole. And please, if you don't do crime, bro, just wear your ski, man. Wear your ski. The summers that guys were wearing their ski, man. The summers that were spent with these guys with their ski on. And then the amount, if you look at the video, the amount of people who did not have their ski mask on, what happened?
They're out of touch, bro. They're out of touch. They waited too long.
Coonery.
They waited too long to prevent crime.
Coonery.
Bro, it's like being like 60 and saying, you know what, it's about time for me to go crip.
Yeah, you know what, man? Ain't nothing going on in my life, man. I'm about to join Crip University, man.
Like,
what?
It's wild.
Come on, man. Let's switch gears. So, you guys are gonna start seeing me post my dark skin ninja emoji probably daily now, and I'm gonna only text skin in dark skin ninja emoji starting off every time. So if even if I'm texting my wife, I'm like, good morning, queen, dark skin ninja emoji, because it's dark skin season, bro. It's October, and I know Drake usually does his thing, but nah, it's Ross time. It's Ross and Meek time. They're back, bro.
Yeah.
What do you think about the track? Shaq and Kobe? It's crazy, hard. Bro.
It's hard.
It's crazy, and I'm not gonna let J. Cole. I swear to God, yo. Listen, I don't care what you guys got to say. Whoa. You guys are riding on J. Cole meat.
Pause. Hold on. You talking about Jermaine?
See, meat riding.
Jermaine Cole.
Get your stuff off, bro, because you about
not
to
at all, bro. I'm just saying, like, we can't talk so recklessly, man. Like, he's a prophet.
I guess
he's a prophet.
I guess just because you got hair like Bob Marley,
I don't
care. I don't care.
I don't see color when it comes to J. Cole. Bro.
Whatever.
He speaks for the people.
All
people.
I'm people, bro. Don't do that.
He speaks for you as well.
No, I'm good, bro.
You know what I mean? Not everybody. You know what I mean? Is going to be a willing participant.
We're spending too much time on J. Cole on my show. Anyway.
Got it.
Meek Mill, Rick Ross, Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah.
I like the track. I like the energy, the harshness, the hip hop, man. And it's not even hip hop. It's just like, once again, we're going back to like the gangster talk.
Yeah.
Like gangster talk is cool, man. Gangster talk is cool.
But most of the airways, I listened to the radio yesterday.
Yeah.
It was a very enjoyable moment because I was like, yo, I realized I don't even listen to the radio.
Nah.
And I used to actually, like, even past the time, like, where everybody already was on their own wave. They, you got Apple Music. You can select your music. Like,
Yeah.
I enjoy listening to the radio because that would kept me up to date, at least of like.
The radio's outdated.
You think so?
The radio, yeah. Go ahead. What did you hear?
What you're hearing, most of it is garbage.
Yeah.
What they're going to push out, and a lot of it is the, for lack of better words, the yam popping. You know what I mean? You get a lot of the.
Okay. Let me try to guess what you're saying. When you mean yam popping music, it's the Lotto, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion music. I already know.
Yeah,
they took over.
Thank you for the definition.
Yeah, they took over. Yeah. They took over, and so, I just can't relate to that. Like,
right. So and a lot of music as and I don't want to sound like the average old head, and I'm not old, but it's just like the music now is so like very fast food ish that you don't really get a lot of substance. It's just like here's like a catchy hook, or this is whatever.
Yeah.
But from like the Rick Ross Meek Mill joint, like that is something that's
food,
like,
bro. That's food.
That's substance.
That's food. And look, let me not even diss what Yachty and J. Cole dropped, because that's food too. Shout out to Nas, he dropped something a little while ago, but it just didn't hit the same as what's going on right now. These guys got a pulse, and it's just good to see Meek and Ross back. But the rollouts, that's what I appreciate the most. The rollouts of this music is just... So, have you heard of what's going on with DJ Envy at all, and
no,
his real estate escapades? So, I'll try to be quick and short, because me and Jamie actually went to one of the seminars. Okay. With DJ Envy and Ceasar, and I think I talked about this on one pod already.
Now, before you start, is this like how Fat Joe did it?
Whoa, what did Fat Joe do?
Yeah, I think like he did like a Wake Up Now type of situation.
Nah.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Nah. He was in the scam thing?
Yeah, man.
Wake Up Now sound like a scam.
Yeah,
like, hold on, if we got time, we'll go back to that. Sound like a scam. Yeah, Joey cracked the dawn. Wake up now. Yeah. What the f is that?
It's wild.
So, so here's what I honestly think happened, and I hate to recap what I already said, but I feel like so Ceasar is just a hood dude from Paterson, New Jersey, right?
I believe so.
No, I know he's from Paterson, New Jersey. Oh, okay. He's a convicted felon, went to jail, and try to do something right in real estate. And then what happens when you're a felon? You're going to do the bull crap again. You're going to act in criminal behavior. So,
that's harsh.
Oh, sorry. Let's edit a little bit.
Yeah.
When you're on a platform to take advantage of people and it's very easy for you to do it, you're going to do it. So
you didn't edit it.
I did edit it.
You reworded it.
That's
okay.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not trying. First of all, I'm not really trying to say criminals will be criminals, but I'm saying if a criminal sees an easy way to take advantage of you, he's going to do it.
After paying their debt to society, you don't think there's a portion of...
Of course, I believe in rehabilitation.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer in rehabilitation.
Okay.
Ceasar ain't rehabilitated. There are some people who have that dog in them, bro. Jay Morrison, Dana Chanel, Sprinkle of Jesus, Brother Polite.
That was
Brother Polite. As well. Criminals. Criminals. So.
Okay.
So Ceasar found a way to basically fund, raise money for other real estate deals. And what happened is like Envy wanted to start a real estate seminar that was very affordable for people to go to access information. I think that was Envy's vision. I really believe it. Because when we went there, it was $100. You learn how to do your credit. You learn how to buy a house. FHA plays. You learn how to do hard money plays. I got a lot out of it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Substance.
Yeah. What I did not do was talk to any of these people. Like go one-on-one. Like we met Ceasar's wife. I talked to DC Young Fly. Killer Mike was there. I ain't talked to none of them like about hey, I got $40,000. Let's go run a play together. No.
People were doing that? Like, this is their window
Now let's
opportunity.
fast forward. Yes.
Okay.
So now Ceasar on the back end must have been like, yo, let's set up this masterclass and more private coaching on my end so I can get more bread. Okay. Envy's getting booked for shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I need bread. So I think that's what happened, man. He just went that course with like higher upsells at the end of the conference. Mm-hmm. He was getting money there. And then when he found the big kahunas who could actually invest in some of the places he wanted to go, he took their money. So now this guy on YouTube, Spencer, puts out another video. This is after I put out my podcast. Puts out another video connecting all the lawsuits together.
Oh, snap.
And it looks bad. Like,
yeah.
Ceasar is basically raising money for one house, sold the house, gets other investors and say, you're investing in this house that he already sold.
As though it's still on the market.
As though he still owned it.
Oh.
He doesn't control the property, own it. So the kid puts all the timestamps together and everything like that. And then Spencer and this other guy, Tony the Closer, they've already been exposing people together. Funnels the information to Tony the Closer. Tony the Closer is more tapped into the black community. Okay. Once he gets hold of that, boy, Tony starts eating this up. Boy, and let me see if I can find a soundbite for y'all.
You knew you was gonna get it today,
Stop for stealing those.
Man, listen, New York.
Oh my God, Charlamagne.
We are not up here selling the Brooklyn Bridge.
Hey, Charlamagne, come with flex. Come with flex. Come on.
Shout out to Mr. Touchy Feely.
Whoo! So you already know, Ross and Envy had beef. Right. So once again, tapped into the black community. They're at the end of the show. So Meek and Ross in perfect rollout fashion. They can't go to the Breakfast Club. They can go to the op.
I was about to say, like, Funk Flex is the ops, bro.
Funk Flex and Hot 97 is the ops. So they do classic radio, bro. When is the last time you heard people pull up at the radio and do some gangster stuff like this? They do it properly. So they do probably like, I think, another hour going in on Envy. Yo, just like, when you back in the day when 50 used to pull up at Hot 97 on some beef.
Talk about it.
Beef. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he had the goons downstairs when Ja was upstairs. Nice. What's going on? Yayo downstairs, ready to get arrested again. Yikes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they pull up and they make a funny moment, man. It's like, I really feel bad for Envy. And like what he's going through. I don't care about Ceasar because Ceasar stole. It's obvious. It's blatant. It's blatant.
So what are we feeling sorry for in regard to Envy? Like, what is Envy's role? Is it because he partnered with Ceasar?
Yeah. So
trusted Ceasar?
I feel like Envy partnered with the wrong person.
Okay. And
Envy said things to make it seem like Ceasar is his brother. Like, yo, we are together. I confide. He looks like us. We could trust him.
Adding legitimacy.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's where Envy was wrong because he didn't vet the situation. Now, other idiots are wrong because they didn't vet the situation. And this is what I want to tell the people on the podcast. And I feel like I don't have to say this, but apparently I do because it's happened. If you're doing an investment with someone and they promise you high returns in a short period of time, it's a bad deal. If someone says, you give me 20,000, I'm going to get you 30% on your 20,000. That's what? Let's say, what's 30%? $26,000. They're going to return it in 3 months. Don't take that deal. Give them a loan. I'll loan you $20,000. Put up some collateral on your end so that if you don't pay me, I'll take you to court and I'll take one of your properties or one of your assets. That's how you do this. Okay. We cannot be investing in situations and things that don't make sense. And guess what? In investments, you can lose your money. If you put in a stock, if you go and put $20,000 in Facebook, tomorrow Facebook goes to $0 on Wall Street.
Right.
You don't go back. Yo, man, Mark need to run me my bread. Look how crazy you look. Mark Zuckerberg, yo, you need to run me my bread. No, you just lost.
Yeah, you think
you're an idiot.
Yeah.
But if you give a loan, you have paperwork, you have situations. And then the more I'm hearing about this, it's like people weren't even having paperwork signed.
Wait, what?
I'll give you another example. Let's go back to Philly. This guy, Greg Big Business.
Okay.
He looked like a whale.
I saw your post on IG. Yeah.
This boy is a piece of trash. So on this Instagram live video, Tony the Closer, Tony the Closer needs to work for the CIA at this point. Like he needs to be a federal agent in the IR. He needs to be somebody that has some authority to go after people. Like I need him to get a job.
He's that good?
He has all the receipts, bro.
Okay.
Like if he was a district attorney, whoo, you know how many coons be locked up? Boy. So Greg Big Business, he's like the Philadelphia version of Ceasar in Patterson.
Okay.
He's been selling homes in Cleveland, but he's had a lot of deals go bad, and the paperwork isn't really right. Spence did a couple videos on him too. So when you look at Greg Big Business, Tony did a live. A girl called the live,
right,
and she's like, "Greg is doing me dirty."
Okay.
She's able to get Greg on the phone on the live. That's what I posted.
Yeah.
So she's trying to call Greg and she's cussing him out about the 40,000.
I think he called in. Well, called
no,
her.
He called her
on live.
Nah. She called him.
Okay.
And then he noticed she was on live and like, oh, you on live? Oh yeah,
okay.
You doing that on live? We could hang up.
Yeah, because I remember him mentioning he like, yo, I'll talk to you when you off.
No, he's like, oh no, you on live? We can hang up. So he didn't realize it at first that she's on live.
Okay.
So she's cussing him out, and I wish you would just shut up, but you know how black women are. Just never be quiet. Sorry, brother, you in the studio with me, man.
Yeah, we here.
Speedy,
we speeding. Yo, Speedy, we speeding.
So, calls her live, and she's like, yo, you know, you supposed to give me the 40, I gave you 40 bands. Mm-hmm. I'm like, ma'am, you gave him what?
Yeah. And she said cold hard cash.
No paperwork.
And
then here's the thing about cold hard cash, what people are doing. Because I don't want y'all to feel like, oh, it's $40,000 that this people earn. Nah. What people are doing and what they're teaching people to do is to leverage their credit. So one, they do the credit card play. Okay. So they show you how to get high limit credit cards. Then they show you how to take the limit off the credit card, convert it into cash. Give me the cash, and I'll be sure that you'll get X amount of dollars back to pay the card off, and you're going to get a little bit of money in your pocket. So that's one play. Okay. Or they'll tell you to take a HELOC out or refinance the property you got to get the money as well. So sometimes it's not like I have $40,000 just to give you. Like, it's not like that. Okay. Or they're borrowed from their retirement.
That's a great clarification.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, you're still putting the people in the you're putting them in a bad situation. That's why people are so hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if she said something like, "Oh, 40 bands is like," she was like,
nothing.
40
she was
bands.
Like, yo, my house is big. Yeah, I watched the video. And she was like, "Oh, my house is big. Yeah, I mean, 40 bands ain't nothing."
No, if I lose $40 a day, I'm pissed.
Facts.
$40.
Facts.
$40. I know if somebody owe me $100 right now.
Yo, I circle back for free sauces at the drive-thru. I'm like, yo, I definitely asked for a honey mustard. Like,
let's do it.
I need it.
It's the principle. When you didn't have before, what do you think now?
I asked you. You said it was good. Like, that's free. Sauce
Let's do this,
free.
bro. No, F that. So they're yapping. She's arguing with him. I wish she was gonna be quiet. Greg finds out like he's on live with Tony the Closer, hangs up the phone.
Okay.
And this is why everybody's quiet. Because if he knew he was on live, they would have jumped on him.
Yeah.
But everybody was on the other 3 boxes. They were like, oh shoot. And that's why I was like, Tony the GOAT, how you catch that moment?
Yeah.
How you catch that moment?
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, like, you can't invest in these people, man. It's getting crazy, bro. Like, we all have to realize, I know people trying to get you some bread, people trying to help you run plays, but yo, I do like the small business coach, and I do like set you up with your budget. Bro, I know what the situation's out there.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to take advantage of somebody like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. How am I gonna try to do that?
But I think those things connect. So, like, from this situation and even, like, the Philly Luton situation is where people is to get money fast. Is get whatever fast. So, people aren't worried about consequences in regard to looting. They like, yo, like, I can get this product, whether it's for me or whether I can resell it on the street.
Okay.
I'm getting a come up. The housing situation is like, oh, you selling me something real sweet, and if you able to make that work for me, like, yo, like, I'll dive into it without even doing the proper background checks and all that.
And that's stupid, guys. What camera's on me right now? This is stupid, guys.
They don't feel like you. And that's why I think this is really closely related, just different, you know, scenarios. But you have these things for, if I had to put myself in the shoes, I feel as though it's like, yo, you got a really small window, a split time to be like, yo, here's this opportunity, take it now or not. And what I'm selling you as a salesman, or by the opportunity, is like, yo, like, here's this window. Like, tomorrow when I walk down the street, I don't know if niggas gonna be looting tomorrow. I don't know if they're gonna be looting over here. You know what I mean? But you walking by and they're looting right now. You gotta make a decision right now. So you got the time pressure. And then it's like, yo, here's the come up. We looting, get in here.
Yeah, but then how much money do you think you make? Let's really break it down.
I ain't never flipped.
Like, you ain't got no, you just have your hands.
Yeah. As much you can carry.
This is crazy.
As much you can carry.
This is foolishness. Foolishness.
If they selling,
then you gotta run for the police. This makes no sense.
Did they pull up in time?
Yeah.
When I'm
people
walking
getting
down?
tackled?
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, there's only so many. That was another issue in that situation, was just the fact that, like, yo, there ain't enough of police to handle it.
First of all, Philly police get paid minimum wage. Like, it's not get.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, first of all, the way they tackled somebody, I was like, you must be getting paid a lot. You tackled the hell out of that little kid, bro.
Or we caught the one worker that, like, take their job too seriously.
Hit with the Goldberg spear. I was like, yo, I'm gonna try to find that video for y'all too. Blah! Woo! Get some.
Yeah.
Like, yo, relax.
Touchdown type of energy.
Gave him the Ray Ross, Ray Lewis release.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Jesus. Like, what's going on,
Kevin
man?
Garnett energy. Anything is possible.
You gotta relax. So, like, oh man, it's just tough. I feel like all that stealing and stuff is for little money. It's not big. Like, nobody's gonna make $10,000 off of that.
I agree with that. But in correlation to, like, the whole housing thing, or people, like, being taken advantage of in what we identify as a quick scheme, and additionally to an untrustworthy seller, or whatever the proper term is, I just think altogether, like, as a society, people are in a vulnerable state because they're like, yo, like everything costs. Everything, like,
you're being told everything costs. That's what we gotta get. This is why, like, we can even to go to the next point about advice. Listen to advice. I tell people all the time, you don't have to participate in this economy.
Yeah, You gotta
I
break
said that
down.
before. You don't have to participate in this economy. Everybody's like, what the hell are you talking about? What do you
Right.
mean? When we talk about food, yo, you don't have to buy snacks. You don't have to buy Keebler Elf cookies for your kids and Dungaroos and you don't have to buy that. Go cook some. Get some chicken and make the food. You know how much your grocery store bill drops when you don't buy the snacks and the bullcrap? And then actually go to the grocery store. There's people that just keep buying out.
Fair.
So before the show we talked about tipping, it's like, you don't have to tip. You didn't order nothing from them people.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like Atlanta, every time I go to Atlanta, it's amazing. Like before you even get to a place, you got to tip the valet people, and like
Before the service is provided.
not even before. I feel like if I go to Denny's, there shouldn't be a valet person at Denny's.
That's wild.
And then I gotta pay. I gotta tip them $20 or pay them $20 for park. That's what it is. It's parking.
Okay.
So they'll be like, "Oh, it's $10 to be in the front, or you could park your stuff down the street for free, where you know your car gonna get broken into, or we could park it in the back of this building for 15, and then you got to tip me on the 10 or the 15 if you choose it. What? Guess what? I'm staying in the house. I don't have to participate in this economy. I don't have to participate. You know what I'm saying?
Get Denny's at all. Cook at home.
There's no need.
Gotcha.
What else? Give me another example of what's expensive in this economy. I guarantee I can get my way out of it.
Gas.
Public transportation. Public transportation.
Ain't nobody. What?
Keep going. What's up? Bro, I can drive my car to I don't have to drive to work. I choose to drive to work. I promise you, I choose to drive to work. I could go park my car, take the river line,
Okay.
and get picked up from the river line to go to my client's site.
How you getting picked up?
They have a shuttle.
So, and that's particular to your job.
Yeah.
Is that actually more so a general solution for the
Everybody?
Yeah.
I think everybody can take public transportation.
There
Sorry.
was no walking involved in your layout.
I think we all could walk a little bit. We need some I think some people could walk in their life. I ain't gonna hold you. Some people could walk. We don't need to drive all this goddamn time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll never forget this one. So this is when I had the Infinity a little while back, and I was on this I was just trying to figure out ways to be better with my money, and I found this community called Money Mustachian, or Mr. Money Mustache. This is before my Dave Ramsey. I went into that.
Okay.
These people were hardcore. So when you get into the forum, you got to put in your background, your story, and all that stuff. So I put that in, and they're like, "Bro, you got a car? You live that close to the train station? You need to walk. You need to sell that car, put that money down on your student loans, walk to the train station every day. I don't care if it's 3 miles. Walk to the train, then walk to work. Come back. You do not need to do nothing for years."
So gym raps for finances.
It was like that. These people were more extreme than I ever seen in my life. More extreme than anything I seen.
Do they still exist?
Yeah. I'm sure they blog after we done.
I would love to.
So let me ask you something. If somebody gives you advice, like for instance, I'm telling you take public transportation, you don't got to participate in the economy, and you refuse to listen.
Okay.
Well, first of all, do you even take heed to the advice? First of all, I'd be kicking game to you. What do you do?
Yeah.
Do you just be like, nah, this dude could be crazy?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I
Just how you started off too.
Just because I started off like that don't mean that I don't automatically assume I'm disregarding. If
That sounds crazy.
I I have to vet any advice.
Okay.
No matter who, even if I believe like a person, I'm like, I know they're not intentionally
No
trying to
ill
steer me
will.
wrong.
No ill will.
I believe that everything is applicable. Now, the amount of application depends on the information, and where I can see that it can really fit. Some stuff is 100%. There ain't no question. There's other stuff that's like, you know what I mean? Like, because everybody that gives advice think that they're helping you out. And so that's good intention, but it might not be applicable. Where it's like, yo, like maybe only like 5% of that is actually helpful. 95% of that is not doable because my life isn't your life. There is some stuff that I believe that is across the board where you can't argue. But so when we talk about particularly like, oh, hey, I gave you advice, like, do you actually take it or whatever? I sit with all information and I see where it can actually happen. And I think a hard part about that is that some stuff, I base a lot of stuff on what I can see. And some stuff is a faith walk. Because, and also for the fact that I crave, and I recognize that that's a more of a personal thing. I crave for immediate results, and a lot of stuff for when you're talking about changing lifestyle, when you're changing habits, when you're changing thinking, that's not happening in a day. And so sometimes some stuff might I can even recognize where I'm like, yo, like I should have more patience with it, and I got to circle back. So
with the advice.
With the advice,
okay.
And some stuff I'm just stubborn, where I know I'm like, yo, this is good advice, but I'm still going to do it my way, and I'm going to try to prove the advice wrong, and so there's another way. But you get burned that way.
Burn hard.
So I think it's just ultimately is you understanding self and how you are able to receive information. So sometimes it's about how it's delivered, because a lot of times people can be giving you 100% concentrated facts and data, and it's how they delivered it makes I'll shut you off, and I have to like learn it the hard way later because of just how it's delivered. Like it's hard for me to receive the truth if it seems as though it's like, yo, like you're trying to violate me.
That's insane.
No matter
because
what,
everybody has to, depending on who delivers the information, you have to you really have to understand, like, some people have and I know you do, like people have good intention with you. Some people, and I'm saying, like, at least if I give you advice, I'd be like, bro, you know what I'm saying? It just frustrates me, like, people that I really love, I care about, when I'm like, yo, dude, just do this. But then I have to be kind of patient with them, because it's like, would I have listened to you? Like, if I'm in that situation, like, I don't know, like, sometimes I feel like with the people I talk to, I'm not in a place of authority to be like, look at my life. Like, obviously I'm telling you what to do. Like, I don't feel that I'm there yet, but I feel like I'm going to be there. And the people that I actually talk to, I'm like, man, if you just made this change, you'd be this happy. Like, the thing that I know you want, if you just did this change, you'd be good.
Yeah.
But you just don't want to. You don't want to make the change. You don't want to take heed. You don't want to listen to the advice. And I go through this with family, bro. I go through this with family. I go through this with, like, friends in my circle. And it's like, damn, bro, like, I've been telling you to focus on this. I've been telling you to go study this. I've been telling you to take this class. I've been telling you to blah, blah. And then, no, nothing.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was in the trenches. When it was like, I kid you not, bro. Like, there was a conversation I had with my brother Orlando, and he's like, bro, man, you think I should get my MBA? I was like, hell no. And Orlando, my brother, bro, he's my younger brother, but, you know, he's doing really well for himself.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, I really had to tell him I made a mistake. I didn't want him to go and do something that I'm like, go get this paper and like you're gonna really. I said, yo, bro, the NBA is cool, but it's like I feel like I'm not really reaping the benefits of it.
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you from my experience, I think you should get it focused and get a certification that you could find applicable to you, and just hunker down on that and be an expert in that, whatever that cert is.
Yeah.
That's the best advice I could give him, and be like, do not even waste your time with this.
Yeah.
You feel me?
No, and it makes sense. You have to be in a space to receive it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like part of like the whole advice experience is the space that the person is in to receive it.
No
and
doubt.
so often, like, and I can only speak for myself. Oftentimes, I look for ways to disqualify somebody's advice.
Cause you a hater.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you.
You a hater.
I hold on to shit and everything. I'm like, yo, like, yeah, this is all good shit, bro. But like, so you think about it, like, where, when people talk about marriage and stuff, right? Like, the common person would be like, yo, like, I'm not gonna listen to advice to somebody that got a divorce about marriage. When actually the person with divorce
they're the people to learn from.
has probably the best advice.
Hell yeah.
But what happens is we disqualify them because we're like, yo, like, you failed. So how dare you talk to me about how to handle my marriage?
But they have so much knowledge on failure.
Of what not to do, what to look out for. These are the signs. This is how you can't feel as though like you got caught off guard. These all, you know what I mean? Like, so I think a lot of this falls into that category of like when receiving advice, you have to be in the right space to even recognize that, like, yo, like, no matter how it's delivered, no matter who's delivering it, no matter their credibility, whatever, like,
absolutely,
like this is good advice.
Yeah.
But I think, like I said, I can only speak for myself, but I think there's a bigger amount of people that a lot of times try to vet people and disqualify them, and that's why only certain advice gets through. A lot of times people are looking for advice that only regurgitates what they're already thinking.
Like echoing their errors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I come from a school of like, you ever think like you're an idiot?
On camera, no.
Okay. On camera.
Recorded, no.
On camera, I will say, bro, I'm an idiot. And I'm going to say this, like, I don't think everybody's smarter than me. I'm very careful who I take advice from. But I will say I don't know everything.
Okay. Agreed.
I don't know everything. And I do listen to people genuinely. Like, first of all, like if you said, yo, Kadeem, don't make this left. Mm-hmm. No matter what, because your brother Free is looking out for my best interest, I'm not gonna make that left. I don't even really gotta ask you why.
You're not gonna vet it.
I really don't have to ask you why. Because I know how much you like, I believe I know how much you look out for me is like, yo, yeah, all right, cool, bro. Yeah. Whatever you say.
Okay.
There's a couple people in my circle where it's like, they can say something, I'm just not gonna do it. Because guess what? Either they're older than me, they heard story, like, yo, you know what I mean? You know, man, like, one of my homies, I want to name his names, but
no need.
You guys probably would pick it up. But there was like a chick that I really liked this chick. And this is why he looked at me and he's like, yo, son, yo, you really like Shorty? And I was like, yeah. He's like, nah. And I'm like, nah? Nah to the yaps?
Just a one word.
He's like, nah. No conversation. I remember where we were. I was like, no conversation. I was like, all right. All right. So then, fast forward. I'm not really like, dealing with the shorty. But she's in my vehicle. I'm dropping something off to my other friend's house. And like the way I pull up to the crib And she looking, and she just like, I'm like, yo, just come upstairs for real quick. I'm about to just drop something off to her. She's like, nah, I'm like, anywhere I go, she's like, she's on it. Like, she's, I'm like, you don't want to go in the house? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yo, come on. Nah, she's acting mad weird. So I'm like, all right, cool. So do what I got to do upstairs, come back downstairs, driving. And I'm just like, and I just hearing my man, nah. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So, leave her be, drop her off. And by the time she's not even the best human being either. She's not even the best human being either. So let's not paint it like this is some innocent chick.
She's not out here feeding the homeless.
She's feeding the homeless.
Hey,
Yeah. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, come to find out, like, when we discuss, it's like, we brought breaking bread, it's like, oh, she smashed the homies upstairs already.
That's why we stayed in the car.
So
Okay.
but without even having to vet the situation, it was already like, oh, this is just I'm not taking it serious.
Yeah.
Without even telling me
Yeah.
the details, I'm like, you my big homie. Mm-hmm. You got nothing but good intentions for me.
Yeah.
Somebody could look at it like, oh man, you hating, she bad, I'm about to. And then I could have been screwed up. Could have been screwed up.
And that's an example of why I say, like, a lot of times people will will use biased vetting so that the only people that they will listen to is the homie that's just like, nah, bro, go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, and I can't.
And they clearly know, like, yo, do your thing.
And that's not a good homie.
Not at all.
So that's why I said this dude, man, like, you gotta have those people that be like, man, yo, listen, hey man, go take a shower, bro. Go take a shower, bro. You some
Regroup. Regroup, beloved.
Yo, your breath is kicking kung fu. Kung fu.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to have those people, and you sometimes you can't question it. Sometimes you can't question it. Sometimes it's like, yo, some people looking out for my best interest, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
So it's getting late. We're gonna do the last call, man.
Okay.
Now this segment is just some missed points, some kind of callbacks that we kind of want to do. I'm gonna let you get your thoughts together, but there's one in particular that I want to go through and make sure I do this with some detail. People on social media, stop giving people your money. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but we talked about paperwork. But how about just work hard for your return on investment? We said this before in another podcast, but ROI, there's an I in ROI. You sometimes are the investment. Just because somebody says, yo, I could 10x your money, I could do blah, blah. What if they fail? Just ask them what if they fail. No one ever says I got rich because someone made me this money. It's always an idea that they have and the hard work they put in. So why not you put the hard work for yourself? And stop listening to these snake oil salesmen, these workshops, these guru classes, that you're going to pay $1,000 for it to make somebody else richer so they could pay their Miami condo rent, their BMW 2-door rent or lease. You're going to pay them the money rather than just investing in yourself and finding out the information for you. This is where I have the problem. We as a people, this is what I talk about the coonery. We rather have some savior come and save our situation rather than learn and save ourselves. Now, this isn't everybody. Remember, I'm saying it's the coonery of the culture. We feel that someone is going to come in and Jesus-fy. Did I make a new word? Jesus-fy the situation. And it's just not how this thing's going to go. We have to be our own savior. We have to be our own workhorse, right? And that's the only way that we're going to see our money 10x and multiply. And I'll give you this. You need to develop a skill, whether it's sales, whether it's a trade, whether it's a particular knowledge. Maybe you're the source of entertainment for people. People like hearing you speak, whatever it is. Once you find that domain, master it. Take time to master it, understand it. Take time to be the best that you can be in that domain, and then 10x that. Don't let anybody save you. Invest in yourself. So that at the end of the day, guess what? If the investment goes bad, you can only blame yourself. And at least you gambled on you. So why not? I can sleep with that. I know if I put money in me and I feel, man, that felt good. That's an L that I could take. Because guess what? I learned something. But if you give somebody $40,000 to put in a house, they're going to do constructions. They made mistakes. They grew from that situation with your money. Guess what? The lessons that they learned is gone with them. You didn't learn anything. You're just now $40,000 in the red. That's my last call. We already done, folks. So if you want to cut us off, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. And for the people that are already doing it, I really appreciate you.
Yeah,
much love, man. It's Debtfreedeem. It's Brother Free.
Yes,
and
sir.
We out.
Run it back.
Have to.
What is this?
Have to.
I wonder if this woman is getting like residual,
Maybach music.
or if
I
you
like
just
this
paid her
Maybach
one lump
music.
sum and said thank you.
Wait, what?
The Maybach
Sweet.
music, girl.
Oh, one pay. One pay. You get invoiced for that.
I'm just saying.
Niggas wanna see you lose
How many
when you
years?
making moves.
How many
we bringing
years?
tools in any rooms. We try to break the rules. Niggas is
Definitely
hating
probably
thing goons. We try to make